What's going on, guys? It's Tower number 9 with another draft gameplay video. This time we have this is the second match of this draft. I am playing yellow Tarkin against a yellow Leia. Let's see how we do. Okay, so this is going to be a Outer Rim Headhunter start into 7th Fleet Defender. We're going to resource this Steadfast, but do I really want to resource 2 5 costs? I think I basically have to with this setup, and we have a fair number of them, so should hopefully be okay. We're both on 30 HP bases. So Woo's going to lead us off with an Alliance X-Wing, and I'm going to play the Outer Rim Headhunter. So we each have deployed a ship. They are honestly pretty similar. Woo takes the initiative, and I will pass, draw on up. Okay. So here we're going to. The question is now, do I want to play the 7th Fleet Defender, or do I want to resource the 7th Fleet Defender and play a Super Laser Tech? I think I want to play the Super Laser Tech or resource the Super Laser Tech is basically the big question here. I think I actually prefer. Man, it's a tough call here. So there's a risk that my opponent doesn't play to the ground arena and I don't get to kill the Super Laser Technician next turn, which would stop my ramp from actually bringing my leader out early. I think there's a good chance he does play to the ground arena, but I don't want to risk it necessarily. I guess I could also resource this tie advanced. That's what we'll do. We'll resource the tie advanced, and then we can see if he plays to ground. If he does, we can bring out the super laser tech, and he does. Unfortunately, he has a good exchange there using his fleet lieutenant to kill my outer rim headhunter there. So we're gonna bring out the super laser tech. He's gonna take the initiative. We draw 2. Super laser tech, hopefully getting value this turn. And then that'll put me at 5 resources, which will allow me to, do some stuff. Wu has Leia and can do a double attack. Goes straight for the base, which is actually gonna let me get some value here. Oh yeah, I accidentally take too much damage. But what we're gonna try to do here, it might not work, is we're gonna use Tarkin, buff the super laser tech, and it can now potentially attack and kill the fleet lieutenant and get that heal. Maybe he'll have removal or something. Ooh, nice play by him. Bright Hope returning the fleet lieutenant. Really good play. So that means that he's dodged my super laser tech, and he gets to draw a card. Really solid play by him. And tough break for me. My ramp is now derailed, and additionally, the Bright Hope is going to be a substantial obstacle. What we do get to do this turn is deploy the 7th Fleet Defender. So I luckily had a solid backup plan there. Opponent takes the initiative. We are going to go ahead and do 3 damage to the base with a Super Laser Technician, then draw up. Resupply at this point obsolete. What we're going to be probably going for here is the Steadfast Battalion, though there is an argument for Strike True plus the Snowtrooper Lieutenant. Or you know what we can do? Okay, so he's going to swing in for 4. One good thing about this is his units don't actually hit very hard. So if I buff my Super Laser Technician with Tarkin, I'm actually going to be in a position, or no, it makes more sense to buff the 7th Fleet Defender with Tarkin, and then I can Snowtrooper Lieutenant to take down his Bright Hope in one shot. And thanks to my shield, I won't actually be dead, and I'll be in an overall very strong position. Okay, so Leia hits the field. Um, it is kind of a tough call. I think we have to have no. I think we have to have Super Laser Tech hit Leia. And that goes over here. It's possible killing Leia is more valuable than killing Bright Hope, and I should have done this differently though. I just hope he doesn't have removal or control for my defender, which he doesn't. So he manages to score some solid damage there. What we can do now is bring out Tarkin, and we can. Oh, nice. You know what we'll do? Okay, so we can bring out Tarkin. Um, we can have Tarkin, or no, you know what we'll do? No, we're gonna do it like this. We're not gonna bring out target yet. We're gonna do Snow Trooper Lieutenant and kill Bright Hope, lose the shield. And then we can also use Strike True to clear Leia. Okay, so he plays a Battlefield Marine. He has some really aggressive stuff. I don't know if we're going to end up stabilized, but we might well be able to. I hate that they've broken this feature. I don't know what happened there, but feature just doesn't work anymore. Okay, so he takes the initiative. So we have the Strike True to kill Leia, and we can. I think okay, so I think what we have to do is Strike True to kill Leia. So this is a friendly unit deals damage equal to its power that gets Leia off the board. Then we're going to have Tarkin swing into the Marine and buff the Snow Trooper Lieutenant. And so we're trying to set up trades here. We're trying to get control of the board. Um, my opponent has an early advantage. I am now in the position where I'm trying to stabilize and get to my later game. I want to keep the Snow Trooper Lieutenant here, probably. Well, no, I don't. It's kind of funny. I think I actually want to keep Steadfast Battalion here. I don't know. The Snow Trooper Lieutenant is also good. The Steadfast Battalion is just like a big brick of a unit, though, to throw into the ground arena. We're gonna resource the Snow Trooper Lieutenant and hope I don't end up regretting it. Definitely some things that I am not entirely certain about here. He can use Leia's ability to do a double attack and probably will, so I'm going to be taking some substantial damage here. So that's going to be oh, he goes for a trade. I will very happily take a trade. And then he swings into the base here for two. Okay. I'm happy to see that. That situation could be a lot worse for me. So what we'll do is trade these, or not a trade. I kill him because I have the experience, and then I'm gonna see what he brings out. Ooh, Callus ambushing Tarkin. Ouch. That is a very strong play for him. Really not what I was hoping to see there. Callus is a very strong card in this scenario. We're going to bring out the Steadfast Battalion, but it's not in a great spot here. Plus side, we'll get to kill Callus with it next turn, probably. If he attacks with the Fleet Lieutenant here, I can just go ahead and get that kill at the start of the next turn. But definitely looking like I am probably not going to survive here, though we have to see. Max Firepower, good card to see. Boba Disintegrator, good card to see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're close to the Relentless. We are close. I think we have to resource tie advanced. Okay, so with the initiative, we're gonna do Boba plus max firepower here probably. Um, I need to I need to max firepower at the start so that if he kills my defender, I don't lose access to it because it requires Imperial units. So that's Callus off the board. My Steadfast Battalion can handle that Fleet Lieutenant if he doesn't have other tricks or whatever to play. I can play Boba and buff my defender. Fleet Lieutenant into the Fleet Lieutenant. Really not what I want to see. Steadfast Battalion will kill a Fleet Lieutenant. I have to do that to avoid him just having lethal immediately. I do 2 damage to his base with Overwhelm, which is nice. He plays out Dodonna, horrible for me. I have to take the initiative here. I can't deploy Boba or attack. I need to have the Steadfast Battalion clear Dodonna, and I'm honestly probably still dead. I do have Veers and the IRG who I can deploy to try and stabilize. I think we do this. First attack has to be taking out that Dodonna, though. Okay, so first attack killed Dodonna, and 1 damage to his base with Overwhelm. But there's a lot of stuff that he could have to just kill me. Surprise Strike just kills me. Bunch of stuff just kills me. He hits my base for 3. I'm going to deploy an Emperor's Royal Guard, which does not have Sentinel. He has 5 resources for the Syndicate lackeys ambushing and killing the Royal Guard, and that's game. No way to come back from that. He can just take initiative now and win the game. We weren't able to get there. I think my late game is probably stronger than his, but I took too much damage early on. Let's see whether or not we can do better in this next round. He seems to have a lot of efficient small ground units, and that is. I'm actually going to take a look here. Oh no, I'm not going to take a look here because I already drew. But I should conceivably side out my. I should conceivably side out my ramp in this scenario. Okay, so we're going to resource. We'll resource the assault AT-AT, which is too heavy a unit, and we'll resource the Headhunter because it's not as good of a starting unit. We'll lead off with the Crafty Smuggler, and we potentially have the Super Laser Tech as well. So lead off, Crafty Smuggler, 2/2, and I'll grab that shield token. Woo going to throw out Alliance X-Wing. I'll take the initiative. Drawing 2. Steadfast Battalions could be good in the future, not good right now. This turn is probably going to be Super Laser Tech. We will see what's going on. Woo is kind of the terror of these drafts. I think he's actually won like 3 or 4 of them in a row. He was the one match that I lost in the previous draft. So we're gonna see what we can do. I'm gonna just attack. I don't want to show that I'm playing the super laser tech because it might make him not play to ground. He plays Ezra. I bring out the super laser tech. He could just take the initiative here. Um, if he has some like fancy counterplay, that's probably what he does. Okay, so good chance my super laser tech gets counterplayed. Totally fine with that. If he doesn't have a counterplay, Snow Trooper Lieutenant kills the super laser tech. Seventh Fleet Defender here is pretty solid. I think we resource. Do we want to keep the Asteroid Sanctuary? I think no. I think we resource there, and we can do Snow Trooper Lieutenant. Okay, so he double attacks. Okay, yeah, fine. So the double attack does mean I'm going to be able to get the high value Snow Trooper Lieutenant play here, which I'm pretty happy with. Or wait, no, already did that. So we will Snow Trooper Lieutenant, Super Laser Tech, kill Ezra, becomes a readied resource. This is going to allow me to play the defender. He brings out Leia, or not Leia. Why did I say Leia? He brings out Mon Mothma, showing a Lothal Insurgent. Yeah, so he has a very aggro deck, and I need to try and stabilize the scenario. So what we're gonna do this round is we'll deploy Tarkin. He probably takes the initiative. I quite dislike that state trigger thing doesn't work, or the hotkey doesn't work. Okay, so then we're going to play the Seventh Fleet Defender that I drew. It gets a shield, and we are going to, in light of the current situation and him being the aggressor, we're going to actually use these units to kill Mon Mothma, um, and give an experience to the Snow Trooper Lieutenant. It's not efficient for me to spend a shield to kill Mon Mothma, but my thought here is that given what he showed with his Mon Mothma draw, the Lothal Insurgent, and given what happened in the previous game, I think that his deck is substantially more aggro than mine, and what I should be doing is playing to make the game go long. A Steadfast Battalion, the Gladiator Star Destroyer here is a great draw, but might not be that applicable immediately. Max Firepower here is excellent. The problem is all these cards are actually good. What I probably want to do this turn is max firepower to kill his Leia as soon as she deploys. That will be possible because I have the defender and the buffed lieutenant. If he kills the lieutenant, I can still buff the defender again with Tarkin and vice versa. Strike True is a good card. I think I resourced the Steadfast Battalion because it's just not really all that good. Double attack, very standard start. I'm going to go ahead and take a kill here before he can potentially remove my defender. Let's see what else he has in the pipeline for this round. I probably want to use Tarkin to buff my defender this turn, all else being equal, because that will put it into position to kill that X-Wing and survive. He brings in a snow speeder and kills the Snowtrooper Lieutenant. Okay, so what we can do here is, so this kind of makes my next play very determined. What I'll do is I'll attack with Tarkin into the Snowspeeder, taking damage but buffing the defender. Now I have the max firepower for the instant kill on Leia. I needed to attack with Tarkin to enable that, and then the smuggler will trade with the Snowspeeder. So again, we're trying to keep the board small. Um, and we are succeeding thus far. So here, man, I really do like Surprise Strike, but I think it has to be the resourced card here. 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, we could just not no, I think we want a resource there. We could just not resource, but I think we want to resource. Opponent has the initiative again. Good chance he'll have an ambush unit. Ambush unit here ends up trading there. That's fine by me. So what we're going to do is we will bring out the Gladiator Star Destroyer, give itself Sentinel. This will of course wear off at the end of the turn, but it blocks 2 damage here. He plays Battlefield Marine. I think do I? So here's the question: do I swing, in which case he gets the initiative, or do I? No, I take the initiative myself here. It's more valuable than the swing. This will allow me to Bosk to kill his Battlefield Marine and set up a potential double kill with the Strike True. And there's Relentless. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll have Relentless next turn. Hopefully, if all goes well. Sentinel goes away. Lead off with the Bosk ambush, killing the Battlefield Marine. And now we're setting up for Strike True, potentially getting a double kill if he has a unit that has 2 HP. I don't think we've seen that Lothal Insurgent yet. So he ends up with a doing 5 damage to my base with a Fleet Lieutenant. So what we're going to do is Gladiator takes the kill the old-fashioned way. He'll probably deploy something else, and then it's another Fleet Lieutenant. Okay, so what we'll do is we will wipe the board by doing Strike True, kill that one, 2 damage there with Bosk. He takes the initiative. Tarkin trades with that one and gives an experience there. I'm fine with having Tarkin off the board because I am trying to keep the board small. This turn I can deploy Relentless, which will hopefully close out the game. Resupply is useless. It's not useless, but it's not a card that I want to play at this point. Um, I now feel that I am not 100% stabilized, but I am much more stabilized than is necessarily normal. He gets Lando. That's actually really annoying. I can kill Lando with the Syndicate lackeys. Um, so he's pulling cards back to hand. I think what we do is we immediately deploy Relentless to block any events he might play. So Relentless, first event played by each opponent each round, loses all abilities. Now he plays the Lothal Insurgent. Um, I draw a card and discard at random. While both of these are like pretty good cards, I would probably rather lose the 97th Legion. Losing a card, it is the lackeys. Ah, well, we got unlucky, but that's how it goes. So let's see. At this point, he has 9 damage on the board. I have 8, 13 plus 4. I have 17 damage on the board. I think we push for it. Do we push for his base here? Am I insane? Let's see here. Well, I know I want to do this attack, so that's 6 to the base. He takes the initiatives. The question is, do I want to have Boss going into the base or going into his units? I think I want to have Boss going into the base because if I draw an event, I can clear the Lothal Insurgent with Bosk's ability. So then we're going to draw up Resupply, which I actually keep here. It sounds stupid, but the Resupply here is actually a kill ability with Bosk. If I play that Resupply, it does 2 damage and kills his Lothal Insurgent. So I will keep it. Let's see what he has. Let's see what he has to offer. Admiral Akbar killing Bosk. Okay, very reasonable play by him. I am going to hit his base for 8. He hits my base for 6. I'm going to hit his base for 6. He hits my base for 3. I just take the initiative here, and I think I have it, but we'll see. I don't think he has anything that can win in this scenario. Okay, Bright Hope. That's pretty good. Bright Hope is not an immediate win, but it's going to delay me at least. Is it going to be enough for him? It might. If he pulls off this win, I'm going to be really impressed. So we will lead off Bright Hope dead. Lando's not a rebel, so unless he has another Bright Hope or something, I think my Relentless gets to close the game. If Lando were a rebel, he would win right here with Leia's ability. Got him. Oof, that was really close. Okay, so we're gonna move on to game 3. I'm a little worried because I felt like that game was closer than the one that I lost, and he gets to go first again. Let's see how this next round goes. Wait, before I do that though, I need to look at these cards and see if I want to get rid of a resupply. Unfortunately, the stuff that I actually have is not all that good, so I think I'm fine. If I had some awesome anti-aggro card, like if I had like a Consortium Star Viper or something instead of that resupply, I would take it. But bad hand, that needs to be mulliganed. No starting unit, really bad thing to have against aggro. No starting unit, not how I want to start this game off. Um, yeah, we're at a disadvantage. At least we have the 7th Fleet Defender. Yeah, okay. First turn's going to be a pass though, and that's a really big problem against aggro. I'm just going to take the initiative. Really not what I want to see. Um, it is what it is. That's how the game goes sometimes. Let's see what we can do to try and stabilize. I think I have to resource this resupply because it's just not safe to play it at this point. So what we'll do is we will bring out the 7th Fleet Defender. I do note that my opponent doesn't seem to have a lot of removal. So that's maybe going to allow me to get some results here. Mon Mothma searching something up. Mon Mothma is a little out of sync with the overall thing that his deck is going for in terms of just not being a very aggressive card, but is still definitely if Mon Mothma like draws up Dodonna here, I could be in big trouble. You know what I mean? Dodonna is a huge force multiplier, and I can't easily answer him until the turn after that. Luckily, it's not Dodonna. Unluckily, it is a rogue operative who's also very threatening. But the syndicate lackeys that I have in hand should be a good counter to that. So okay, let's see what happens as we progress. Hopefully, he doesn't have a 1-drop. Oh yeah, he already drew. Okay, great. Okay, so probably this turn we're going to want to play Boba Disintegrator. Yeah, so I think what I do this turn is I play Boba Disintegrator and I buff the defender. Um, we'll start. So I could also do Tie Advanced. So Tie Advanced buffs the defender more and sets up a good max firepower for next turn. Um, I think I want Boba Disintegrator though to have another threat in the ground arena where my opponent is more concentrated. So we will start off Tarkin's ability buff here. Base for 2. Interestingly, not using Leia's ability there for a double attack. I don't know why. Base for 4. I could conceivably win a race if he just draws very unaggressive cards, but it seems unlikely that that will happen. Okay, base for 1. I'm gonna play Boba Disintegrator. Really top-notch unit on attack. If this unit's attacking an exhausted unit that didn't interplay this round, deal 3 damage to the defender. Excellent card. He's probably gonna play the rogue operative that he had in hand. I wonder if he forgot Leia's ability or if he was slow rolling me on purpose. If he forgot Leia's ability, that could be an opportunity for me to regain some missing advantage. So he plays a normal X-Wing instead of the Rogue Operative. I'm happier with that than the Rogue Operative, probably. He does play a Lothal Insurgent. Oh, wait, I need to draw a card. So I've drawn a max firepower, which I already have. Um, And we lose a tie advanced. Okay. Probably Syndicate Lackeys is my play next turn, although I could also do max firepower for the instant kill on Leia. And we're going to draw up. Resupply gets resource. Don't need it. Okay, so let's see here. So here we have the opportunity to do some kills. We could also deploy Tarkin. We do want to deploy Tarkin before he deploys Leia if I'm going for the maximum firepower, but maybe I'm not. Um, Defender kills X-Wing. I can have Tarkin kill the Lothal Insurgent with his normal attack. And then if I get Tarkin out, that allows me to max firepower Leia. Oh, okay. So he's gonna trade with Boba there. I am happy to have him taking trades instead of pushing the damage to the base here, I think. I will let's see. If I deploy Tarkin now, I can max firepower. I really wish they would change that back. If I deploy Tarkin now, I can max firepower Leia once she deploys. The other option would be for me to use Syndicate Lackeys to pick off his Fleet Lieutenant. Tarkin will swing into, let's see here. So if I do Syndicate Lackeys to pick off his Fleet Lieutenant, I think Tarkin swings into the Rebel Pathfinder. So that's going to be damage to each and an experience for my 7th Fleet Defender. He deploys Leia, max firepower, kill Leia. He takes the initiative. And okay, so he didn't get to use 2 of his resources, which is good for me. I will draw up. He will be able to do 5 damage in the ground arena. Nice. We got Bosk. Man, we're really seeing some solid cards here. We're going to resource the Steadfast Battalion. The one problem I'm having is these cards are kind of expensive, which is not what I most want. Fleet Lieutenant into Tarkin. Okay, again, happy to see this. I don't know why he's playing it like this, but I think that it is favorable for my game plan, because I think I have the stronger end game here. So every time he trades and doesn't just do racing damage, I think it's favorable for me. Bosk will kill the undamaged Fleet Lieutenant, and now is a major threat to him. He has Akbar to kill Bosk, though. I'm going to go ahead and swing in for 5. He has Leia's ability swinging in for 3, and I will take the initiative. Emperor's Royal Guard would be good here. I'm going to resource one of these gladiators. So I can do Emperor's Royal Guard plus max firepower, or I can do Syndicate Lackeys plus Snowtrooper Lieutenant. I think the Syndicate Lackeys, man, he does have a few units that only have 1 HP, which is an awkward spot for me because I don't really have any mass removal cards. So I think if we do Snowtrooper Lieutenant, yeah, so what we're going to do is we'll do Snowtrooper Lieutenant into the base, 7 damage. The Snowtrooper Lieutenant is actually a unit that I can then potentially buff to be a more relevant fighter against the stuff that he has on the board. Um, we basically just want to be cleaning off these units here to remove potential threats. I think he does have a lot of accumulated damage, even though he's been using a bunch of his tricks on my units and stuff instead of on my base. So he's not really playing like an aggro player exactly. At this point, I could do the Syndicate Lackeys ambush. I could also max firepower. I think it's more valuable to just take the ambush and kill Akbar here, take 1 damage. Still 3 HP on the lackeys. It puts them in a good spot. If he deploys the rogue operative that he had earlier, the lackeys can swing in and kill them at the start of the next turn. Um, I do also have more damage than him and could start going for the base, but the problem is he still has cards to play this turn, and there's a good chance that with Leia's ability. Ooh, okay, so he was going to play Mon Mothma, but doesn't because that's a huge waste. He has Mon Mothma trade with the lackeys, okay. So again, more trading gameplay. I will take the initiative. And now then he plays another Mon Mothma. Okay, so having the other Mon Mothma makes sense. Um, using the first Mon Mothma to trade makes more sense if you have a second one. He he's got something there. Dodonna would probably be the card that I most don't want to see, though I could clear him with the max firepower that I have in hand. I would like to draw one of my officials to get this Emperor's Royal Guard into position. He sees a Lothal Insurgent. Okay, whatever. Okay. We're gonna draw up Relentless. Relentless is probably not gonna be played this game, unfortunately. Three, four, five, six, seven. I'm close to being able to play it, but I think I have to be doing things that are more focused on. I think I have to be doing things that are more focused on the current field. So we'll have the lieutenant trade with the damaged fleet trooper. I'll probably play yours before the Royal Guard, so that then if he um if he counters me, well, we'll see. Attack pattern Delta, not a card that should be in the deck, but in this situation, it could be a lot of value. So he gets a big buff on these units. So he now has 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage, which is not quite lethal. I think what we have to do here is deploy Veers, even though he doesn't actually get deploy Veers, even though he doesn't actually stop anything right now. So then he's going to be able to get 6, 7, 8. So that's actually 10 damage, which is really bad for me. But luckily for me, I now have the Emperor's Royal Guard, who has Sentinel thanks to Veers and will hopefully stop Mon Mothma. Um, and we're in a tight spot. We'll see what happens here. Um, Mon Mothma dies to the Emperor's Royal Guard. She dies at the end of the turn or whatever, but she's dead. And the question now becomes, do I take the initiative here or do I swing in for 6? So if I swing in for 6, he gets the initiative. He gets to do a double attack. Let me think about this. Okay, hang on. If I take the initiative, Veers can swing and kill the Rebel Pathfinder before it gets a chance to attack. Man, this is a tough call. So at the end of this turn, Leia dies, and we have the Fleet Lieutenant, the Rebel Pathfinder, and I think he might have a Lothal Insurgent in hand that he hasn't played. I think because of the Lothal Insurgent that he hasn't played, we swing base. So that's going to be 6. I think he has a Lothal Insurgent. He might just have a way to win the game immediately, though. If he has another Fleet Lieutenant, he can sneak in with the Rebel Pathfinder and win. I think he's going to play that Lothal Insurgent, though. Yeah, Lothal Insurgent. Okay, so I'm going to draw a card and then do a random discard. Homestead Militia, which would actually be a very good card to have right now. And we will do draw. Oh, wait. We didn't actually discard, which is not how you're supposed to do that ability. Random discard. We lost the Homestead Militia. Okay. Not what I want, but sometimes that's what happens. I am now going to take the initiative. Mon Mothma dies. If I draw a Snow Trooper Lieutenant, I can immediately win the game with this defender. If I don't draw a Snow Trooper Lieutenant, and I actually might have already seen both of them, then we're going to have a much more interesting scenario. No Snow Trooper Lieutenant. Okay. So we probably resource here. Okay, so what are we looking at? 6. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 resources. Okay, so what I need to do here is if I do 8 damage to the base, I win. He can double attack me with Leia. First attack kills the Royal Guard. Second attack, so he could double attack me with Leia. First attack kills the Royal Guard. Second attack hits my base for 3. 3 is not lethal. If he has a buff for his Fleet Lieutenant, he can sneak for his Rebel Pathfinder. He can sneak past my Sentinel and hit for lethal. It's a very tight situation. This is a really close game. So the question is, do I play to I can play around the I can play around I think I want to threaten lethal. I'm going to assume that he doesn't have the buff because he's already spent his fleet lieutenants. I could be wrong, but we're going to go for the base. It's going to be one more. Wow, he has it. Okay. That's going to be game. He gets the win. I don't know how many fleet lieutenants people let him draft, but if he has it, he has it. That's kind of the bet that I was taking. If he didn't have it, I won that turn. But yeah, good game. Crazy number of fleet lieutenants. But sometimes that's what you get in draft play. That was an epic game. Unfortunately, this wasn't the draft where I get to defeat Woo. So it's going to end up being it is going to end up being another round, another round where he may win the draft. We're gonna see if I can win the next round and go 2-1, which is generally my goal for drafts. I'm gonna ask him how many fleet lieutenants. I guess he had only played two that game. I thought he had already played three fleet lieutenants, but I guess it was only two that game, and I was mixed up with game one, or he actually had four. I should have probably just actually checked his discard pile, honestly. He says one game he bright hoped one. I think that was the earlier match though. I was figuring he was probably out of those. There was one in the five cards because I bought him five with Mothma that wasn't. Okay. So we're gonna figure out the Fleet Lieutenant mystery and then close down the video. So he's got at least three. Yeah, he's got four. That's what it was. Okay. Well, yeah, that's gonna do it. Sometimes, and that's actually an important note in limited. You can have more than three copies if that's what you ended up drafting. So yeah, that's what my opponent had in this game. Did get the win. I could have played more defensively, but I'm actually not sure it would have won. So what I could have done is have Veers immediately kill the I could have had Veers immediately kill the Saboteur or the Pathfinder or whatever. And then my opponent could have done a double attack, lost one unit into the Oh, you know what? He would actually have lost both of his units because this guy has 5 HP with Veers. He could have used the Fleet Lieutenant to kill with one unit though. But then I could have removed the other one with max firepower or strike true. That's interesting. Yeah, so I think if I had played the more conservative option, I would have won that. I was assuming he didn't have the Fleet Lieutenant because I had already seen a bunch, but it turned out he had four in the deck. And you know, very interesting. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Someone has really messed things up. I don't know what happened there. Someone else shuffled a huge number of cards to the side in a way that was very disruptive for the draft. But we've rewound and we're going to get ready for the next game. Tough break there. Very close match, but ultimately Wu got it. Very cool game though. All right, we're gonna do that. We're gonna move on and see what we can do in the third round. 1-1 now. Let's see if we can make it 2-1. All right, we're figuring out the pairings and matchups and stuff, but that's gonna do it for now, guys. Thanks to you all for watching. We'll be back later with some more Star Wars Unlimited content. I will catch you guys later.